the pacing of how it went. Even though you were saying that you're not the biggest fan of flat foot boxing, and I was quite impressed with the output of Sean Strickland because he was picking his shots a lot better. He had a lot more speed. He had a lot more significant strikes as well. And by the end of the fight, Jotko was absolutely gassed out, was pouring with blood. Sean Strickland looked like he was barely breaking a sweat. So I was just really impressed with his high level he was just not his output, but his accuracy, and he was picking a lot more better shots.
He was considerably a lot quicker than Jotko.
Yeah.
And he definitely had the power that suited his range as well. And I felt that Jotko was too busy moving around and moving out of range rather than I think he was very focused on what Strickland was doing and not so much what he was doing. And look, the issue also was he was just getting caught. You know, there were some bits where he would be in range, make his shots, come back out of range, and as he would come out of range, Strickland would catch him. He would catch him, and you know, the volume of strikes just continued to go up from there. So Jotko actually, he actually threw slightly more strikes than Strickland. However, Strickland just in terms of striking accuracy, Strickland just was way better in terms of striking accuracy than Jotko. With Strickland, yes, I'm not too much of a fan of his flat-footed style. He's got a very short stance. It's not very dynamic. It's very stubborn and slow. However, the dude is very durable, and he's got really good fast hands. His that overhand right, crisp. It's so fast. And especially his jab as well. It's very, very quick. So when it comes to that, a lot of his straight punches have a lot of power. It's just the only thing I can see with him is he's not incredibly dynamic with his movement. He's very he just simply walks forward.
Yeah.
And I think that works against someone like Jotko that doesn't have the power to take you out. However, with someone who is a lot more dynamic and able to move around and has the power, he will meet someone that is just quicker and faster than him, and his style just won't work. That's what I think anyway. But I do think it was a good fight. Look, I'm not too sure with Sean Strickland what could be his next fight. I know he's been called out by previous other fighters. I'm not too sure. Who do you think? Because Sean is in the top 15, I believe. I think he's number 15.
Yeah, number 15. Well, that's good. If you get into the rank position, that's definitely a win on its own. I don't think that he should go anywhere near the top 10 just as of yet, because I'm pretty sure Sean Strickland's quite new.
No, he hasn't been. He's been around for a long time. He fought at UFC 171. So he's been around for a long time. So it's just taking him a lot of time. He's been a little bit up and down. Yeah. So but the thing is with Sean Strickland, the only losses he's have been considerably decent fighters like Kamaru Usman, and Zaleski dos Santos, who's a great striker as well, who's very dynamic. So look, he's very, very good at what he does, right? But I think that in order for him to get better and be able to rise to the top 15, he's got to be a little bit more dynamic with his movement. That's what I think is holding us back. I think his striking is good. He's got really fast hands, but that could also be just due to his fast athletic ability. He's very much a fast twitch fighter, and perhaps maybe moving forward like this is just his way of conserving energy. I get it. But I felt like Jotko was very good at getting in and out of range. Strickland was just a better and faster athlete, and I think that's what caused him to get the win. With Strickland, one of his previous wins was against Brendan Allen, and he knocked out Brendan Allen. That was on the Felder vs. Javier dos Santos card. And recently, he's actually been called out again by Brendan Allen. Brendan Allen coming off a win recently in the last couple of weeks. Mm-hmm. And Brendan actually said, I want to get back. I want to beat Sean again because I think that was a fluke win for Sean. I want to see that. I want to beat him. So I could see that being a fight in the future. I'm not too sure with Sean who he could fight next, but I do think it was a very good performance. It was definitely a fan-friendly bout. There were no takedowns at all.
No.
There was no takedowns. No takedowns defended, anything like that. So it was. They just wanted to stand and trade, and I think that Strickland was essentially the better and faster athlete, and that what's caused him to beat Jotko. But I do think that if Strickland finds someone who has a lot more dynamic movement than Jotko and has a lot more power, and as on top of wrestling ability, that flat-footed stance that he has just isn't going to work. Which is why I don't believe it